Senegal is grappling with a large number of girls dropping out of school due to early or forced marriage, and this jeopardizes their chances of education. But one non-governmental organization is working hard to reverse the tradition practiced by some communities in Senegal.
Kolda is a town located in the southern part of Senegal. It is one of the regions where retention of girls in schools remains a critical issue due to forced and early marriages initiated by parents. When they become mothers, the girls are responsible for bringing up the kids and bear much of the household responsibilities. Some among them have decided to tell us their life story.
My uncle forced me to get married very early, and I told him that I did not want to get married then. He thus told me that if I was not getting married, I would have to leave his house and stay somewhere else. I have a 3-year-old child, and he lives with me at my grandmother's house because his father abandoned us.
I got married when I was 11. I reached my 4th year of elementary school and I was forced to marry an old man of 72 years. I accepted to marry him after my dad threatened to throw my mom and I out of our home.
The high rate of school dropouts for girls in Senegal is blamed on early pregnancies. In her 6 years of elementary school, Beatrice Mendy became pregnant at the age of 12 and had to leave school.
When I got pregnant, I felt ashamed in my neighborhood as well as in school. I stayed home for 1 year without going to school. After giving birth, the child died. I am now back to school. I hope to go to college, graduate and have a job.
Un jour, je suis venue.
One night I told my daughter, "You don't seem yourself today, Beatrice." She responded by saying, "I'm pregnant, Mom." On that day, I cried a lot because she was only 12 years. I did not know what to do. I played my role because I did not allow her to go out. I only advised her to concentrate on her studies. You know, it is not easy to follow all the things that children do. Sometimes they will ask you permission to go to the market or to a party, and you cannot always say no. I did everything to prevent this from happening, but I failed to do so.
At a time when many parents find it necessary to send their children to school, why do others marry off their daughters?
Les mariages précoces existent toujours dans notre région. Les parents.
Early marriages still exist in our region. Parents still give their daughters in marriage very early, since they are saying instead of waiting to be ashamed by the daughter, they will rather give their child in marriage because if she gets pregnant out of wedlock, it will be a problem for them. There is also the financial aspect. You know very well that Kolda is very poor. Some parents will rather take their children out of school and give them in marriage, especially with the arrival of emigrants. If it is an emigrant who wants to marry a girl, the parents tend to take her out of school, whatever her performance in school, and give her away in marriage.
Another cause for the school dropouts is the environment. According to Mrs. Tor, the environment is not favorable to keep the girls in schools due to lack of sanitation facilities. She says the Sardianfo elementary school she runs has 150 girls and they need to handle their intimacy away from the eyes of all. Mrs. Diallo has been struggling for years to retain girls in schools in Kolda in collaboration with other women.
La première année où je suis arrivée, tout le Sénégal a parlé d'une Aïssatou Diallo.
There are early marriages every year. This year, I lost a student in her 5th year of elementary school who got married during the holidays, but when school resumed, she came back. Unfortunately, in December, she left. The student is no longer in Senegal, but in Guinea now. Therefore, it is difficult for me to do something at the state level to bring her back.
To remedy the situation, NGOs, Women's Association and Teenage Guidance Center of Kolda, in collaboration with the Ministry of National Education, put in place a number of initiatives that are beginning to show improvement.
Et puisque la loi protège la fille, la jeune fille et la femme au niveau du Sénégal,
since the law protects girls and women in Senegal, we are working with the parents to discard the vice. The law is clear that girls consent to marriage when they are 18 years old. We are also encouraging girls to attend school for a brighter future.
Despite the efforts, retaining girls in schools still faces a challenge, especially for the nomadic communities who relocate from time to time with their families, rendering it hard to follow on their progress in school. Leslie Murungu, CCTV.